Welcome to this week's injury update. Having just stepped off the plane from sunny Brisbane, stopped off at the Gold Coast for a couple of days of R&R on the beach, I'll now walk back into the Holden Centre for today's injury report. So let's get straight down to business. We had a good win at the Gabba. It was a strong VFL win over Werribee, so we had two good wins. Unfortunately, they came at a cost, injury-wise. Heading that off, Scotty Pendlebury with his ankle obviously didn't finish the game. But the good news is that there's no serious ligament damage to Scott. It's a fair bit of bruising around the tibia and the lower end of the tibia and his ankle joint. We'll see how he is in the next 48 hours, but we're hopeful that being a Sunday game with the full 7 days in between games that he'll get up to play, but we'll know more in 2 to 3 days. Unfortunately, Josh Smith resumed in the VFL win against Werribee and re-injured that hamstring. Same spot, bit of tendon damage as well. He only got, I think, 25 minutes into the game when the injury reoccurred. So we'll have to reassess that, and I would think that's going to be numerous weeks on the sidelines for Josh, and we'll keep you updated as the weeks roll on. Rupert Wills will resume after missing last week's VFL game just with a minor issue, but he'll be available for selection this week. Max Lynch rolled his ankle during the game, but was able to continue through with a bit of difficulty, but got through, and we expect Max to come up for this week's VFL game as well. Pleasingly, Jamie Elliott will resume in the VFL and play 60 to 70% of the game. We would all be looking forward to that, no doubt. Jamie's been on the sidelines for a fair while now, but great that we're going to get him back. Had a full week of training last week. We'll follow that up this week, and as I said, we'll see him resume in the VFL. Tommy Langdon, probably the likelihood is that Tommy will miss another week. He's progressing. He's looking a little better with that leg injury, but we would expect that Tom is more than likely going to have another week on the sidelines. Ben Reid is starting to run this week, and while we said it was a 2 to 3 week injury, this will be the second week I think that Ben will miss, but he's coming along really well. His rehab is progressing perhaps a little bit quicker than we thought, which is good news. So this time next week we'll be assessing whether Ben's going to be available for selection or not. Braden, a little bit slower. Braden Maynard with that ankle, was a bit of syndesmosis. There's still some tenderness there. He won't be available this week, probably pushing for the following week, but we'll see how that is sort of at the back end of next week. But he's still a bit sore as we speak. H, as we know, suffered that knee injury last week. He's still in a brace. We hope that conservative treatment will see him being available for some selection at the back end of the season, but we'll see how that progresses in the coming 3, 4, 5 weeks. Unfortunately, Cale Kirby, I suppose fortunately we found out the reason for Cale's collapse in the VFL game a few weeks ago. The heart condition that he has will require some monitoring for some months. It also requires some medication. So at the end of the 3-month period that the medication will go for, we'll have an assessment on how well and how much he's improved, and hopefully that gives us some green lights at the head of those 3 months. But that is an extended period on the sidelines. That's all we've got for this week. Hopefully in 7 days' time we're reporting another win against the Cats. Both of our teams take on the Cats, and we're looking for some good results.